Hey everyone, this is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures. The house is quiet, the husband and daughter are out snowboarding, and can you just feel the release of the power to do anything I want for a couple hours? So, if you're part of my channel, hopefully you watched a couple videos before this with my complete number 2, and this is my next work in progress. This is from Crystal Canvas, and it's my sparkly Gerber daisy. Okay, I'm going to put you back down here. And I have you at this weird angle because beforehand, when you were above, right up above, I could see what you were seeing on my TV. And so I could help, make sure I was in the frame. But right now I'm diamond painting blind if I put you up there. And so I have you right next to me so I can see my actual phone screen and make sure that I'm not like diamond painting offset. I don't know why, like with work in progress, usually I sit and I don't even look at the screen. I just listen as I diamond paint. But, I want to respect my viewers. And so here I am. All right. For those of you who are newer to diamond painting, I'm using this mesh ruler. It's for rounds, and you can get it on AliExpress. They also have it on Amazon. I will try to remember to put a link down below, but if I don't, please don't crucify me, but I will do my best to remember. So I have not talked to you guys in forever, and so I have so much, well, to me it feels like a lot, to catch you up on. First off, if you have been following me as I go from, people's channels, my Instagram, my own channel, we have been without our kitchen sink since, this pat for 7, 8, 9, 10 days, okay? So Wednesday to Wednesday and then to Friday. And first off, to catch everybody up, before New Year's, which would have been our Christmas 2.0, because my side of the family came in town and we had like 15 people all staying in our house, and our house is not very large. So before New Year's, my husband noticed the Sunday before New Year's that there was a leak in his office. So his office is small. It's probably like a 10 by 8 foot room. It has the basement window in it, and he drywalled it. It looks really nice. It's this blue-gray feeling. And so yeah, he noticed that in the windowsill, he was experiencing some drippage. So he thought it might be the dishwasher. So he's checking it out, and he gets all upset because he thinks, we just spent $250 fixing this silly dishwasher. And now if the dishwasher is broken, or it's like we threw $250 away, like literally 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before New Year's. So I'm trying to like calm him down, and, so he thinks, oh, it must be the power supply, and everything is dry. Like under the sink is dry, and the cabinets is dry. He's checking under the dishwasher. Everything is dry except this drip down this pipe. So he goes out and spends, like $15 and gets a power supply, I'm way ahead of myself. So he works Sundays. So then Monday comes along, my parents come into town. This is before New Year's, right? And he's all nervous, and the drip stops. So we keep running the dishwasher. Everything's good through New Year's. My parents leave. You know, we get sick that weekend after New Year's. We're trying to recover. And that Sunday, right, a week later, the drip starts again, because I usually clean the kitchen while he's working on Sundays. And then while I'm cleaning, I'll make us lunch. And that's kind of our routine. I get up like at 10 because I sleep in that day. It's my day to sleep in. And then from 10 to noon, I'm cleaning the kitchen, the bathroom, and then I make lunch. He gets off on his lunch break between noon and 1, so usually 1 o'clock. Then we all have something, you know, a nice Sunday lunch/dinner, right? So Sunday, I go to wash the dishes, you know, run the dishwasher, and he's like, "Stop the dishwasher, the leak started up again." So that's when the power supply comes into play. He tries to fix it. The leak is still there. So now we're fast forward to the Wednesday, right, after New Year's. So a week after New Year's. Sorry, I'm all in your face because I'm trying to get this little bit right here. So the power supply, he was all excited, and then it's still leaking. So that's when we decided that Wednesday that we would just stop using the kitchen sink and we would start calling a plumber. So we called Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, like continuously plumbers. And like nobody was answering us back. And we're just like, ah. So Friday, we get a call back finally, Friday, like after 5, of this guy in our neighborhood. He comes highly recommended. He's like the neighborhood plumber. And he's like, "I will be in on Monday." Now, Monday that week, so full week ago, this past Monday. So we have now been without a kitchen sink Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days. I've been making food, washing out the Instapot in the tub, washing cups, washing silverware. We were trying to use as much, you know, paper and plastic as possible. We didn't have a lot of money to go out to eat, you know, and so we were just really trying to make it through. When he said he could come Monday, we had Monday off. And so we're like, yay! So he was going to come Monday. He just was fitting us in on his way to his morning job, but he was going to just make sure. He thought it was a rotting drain pipe. He said, where we live, the houses are anywhere from 50 to 70 years old. Our house is 70 years old. He said, and he has been replacing, like for the last 6 months, continuously rotting drain pipes in our neighborhood. But he wanted to come on Monday, check out that was the case, and then he would set up a time to come fix it. So Monday, I asked my husband, the plumber said 9 a.m., and I asked my husband, I said, you know, hey, do you need me to get up with you? Because he's more of a morning person than me. And I was like, Sunday night, I asked, do you need me to get up with you for the plumber? He's like, yeah, you know, it'd really help if you did, because you could, you know, keep track of the dog and keep her out of trouble while I talk to the plumber. So I'm like, all right. So I make sure that Sunday night I don't stay up super late, and because I was going to stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning diamond painting if I could sleep in, but I'm like, okay, I can't really sleep in. So I set my alarm for 8:45 because I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to stay in the bedroom out of the way while the plumber's looking at things and keep our dog occupied. My husband decides to snooze. Okay, fine, no problem. He decides to snooze also until 8:45 and then jump in the shower at 8:45. But what happens? First time in all of history, the plumber shows up early. So I am in my pajamas, not the best looking pajamas because I just had thrown on like a really old t-shirt and like these scrubby pants. He's in the shower. The dog's going crazy. Our daughter's upstairs sleeping, and the plumber shows up at 8:45. So I'm like yelling, I'm coming. And I'm like, my robe is downstairs. So I'm like, okay, sorry, I don't have a bra on. My hair is everywhere, and I have longer eyelashes. So if I don't take a shower, they look literally like Ernie. They stick straight out. So I'm sure I had like werewolf, not eyelashes, eyebrows. Picture it. Eyebrows like a werewolf. So he didn't even look at me when I answered the door. He's an older man, and he was just like, hi. And he walked straight through my house to our sink, dives under the sink, then asked to go to the basement. I walk him to the basement. Meanwhile, my husband's still in the shower. And basically he was done by the time my husband got out of the shower. And he was like, I will come on Wednesday in the morning and fix it. Great. So we have no sink. Like, we can't pour anything down the drain. We can't use the sink. Yes, you have a fridge, you have a stove. But, like, anytime I touched chicken, I had to go to the bathroom and wash my hands. Anytime I had to strain noodles, we made mac and cheese one day, I had to take the pot and the strainer to the bathroom and strain. You just don't realize how much you use your kitchen drain till you're without it. And I get it, it's a first world problem, but it was a problem nonetheless. So Wednesday morning comes along. My husband had taken the day off work because he was going to have to rip apart my husband's office. So he couldn't work. So my husband took the day off of work. And the plumber texts us Wednesday morning. He goes, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do next. I want to do Y. And that's number 9. So that's this one. He's like, I'm sorry, I have the flu. I will come on Friday. Sorry for the inconvenience. My husband was like, lost it. I was like, oh my gosh. Seriously, people get sick. It is not the end of the world. And he had just gotten done the night before in bed telling me how he wished he just had a day to himself. Now, I take mental health days once a month. And I purposely don't plan anything on that day, do whatever I want, sleep in, diamond paint, go to the store, whatever I feel like, and nobody can tell me what to do. And he doesn't do that, which is fine, whatever. But he was stressing out. And then this guy gives him this day that he doesn't have to be anywhere, you know? He's like, I don't understand. Wouldn't he know he was sick the night before? I'm like, seriously, honey? I was like, there's many times I wake up sick and I don't realize the night before I'm going to be sick. It's like, yeah, I get it. So, anyway, he was supposed to come on Friday. So, I just put that color away. So, Thursday night comes along. Now, my husband has Fridays off. Thursday night comes along and I get this text that the plumber is still sick with the flu. Now there's this literally deadly flu going around, and that he's going to go to the doctor on Friday because he is just not getting better. My husband lost it. He was just like, ah! And luckily it was through text, and I was the one in charge of it because I was just like, that is not fair. Don't go rogue on this poor guy. 10. So that's 8, 9, 10. So, yeah. And I'm not going to get into all of it because I respect my husband, but it was a bad fight. It was this fight that I was just like, oh my gosh, who did I marry? Where did this come from? You need to take a chill pill. And we didn't talk the rest of the night. My poor daughter, she didn't know what to do. She was like tiptoeing around like she was on eggshells. And I felt really bad for her, but I was so angry that if I talked to him at all, I would have lost it. Because here I am in the therapy world going, dude, this guy, it's not his fault that he is really sick. I'm sure he's vomiting or diarrhea or in bed with a fever or, and also this is his livelihood. So he's not making any money when he's in bed. And my husband's like, no, 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 no. So anyway, not going to get into it because I'll get angry again. So then my husband's like, I can't take off any more work. And that means he can't come on Monday because that means I'd have to take off work again. And so we can't have it until next Friday. And that's going to be 2.5 weeks without. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just calm the flip down. So anyway, long story short is Friday, my husband called another guy who's the second highly recommended guy. That guy was available. He came on Friday at 1 o'clock. He fixed it. It ended up being $100 less to have him fix it than the first guy. He ended up not having to tear up anything, so we don't have to replace any of the drywall. So not only was it $100 cheaper, it also was probably $200 to $300 cheaper in repairs after he would have left. And I'm like, seriously, if our first plumber had not gotten sick, we would have had to pay so much more. And like, what a godsend, even though it was difficult to spend those extra days. And also, I think as a way to say I'm sorry, yesterday was my husband's birthday, and I was so mad, but I'm like, okay, I have to be, okay, because it's his birthday. I have to not be mean to him, right? And so, I think, yeah, wrong drill. So, anyway, he told me, I think this was like as an I'm sorry to me for the way he acted. He was like, yeah, I put a check in the mail to the first plumber. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, as a courtesy, because he technically came and gave a diagnosis and stuff. And I was like, all right, so I know my husband has a heart. He just was being a butthead that day. I don't know. So the first plumber didn't even ask us to send him money, and my husband's sending him money as a thank you for coming and diagnosing the problem. I don't know what color. I dropped 2. I don't know what they go to, so I'll have to wait and see. So yeah, so good news is that our plumbing is fixed, and I'm going to insert a picture right here of what the plumber found. So he basically, half of it was rotted out and the other half was clogged. He thinks what might have happened is that by us messing around with it to see what the problem was, some of the clogged sludge went over the crack. And so that helped us for a couple days get through the holiday season, which was, a blessing, because having 15 people in your house and not having a sink and having to cook for all those people would have I think I would have cried. I think I would have said, we're all going to a hotel. So now with the mesh ruler, I usually roll, pop as much as I can in, and then I roll as I pull up. Now there are a couple spots in the mesh ruler that I did not fill because it was, there's only a couple. So I wait till I have more of that same color to be able to fill it. Otherwise it's like confetti pulling things out all the time. And then if one gets stuck, I just gently take my single placer and push it through. If it's really stuck, don't force it, because then you'll break the delicate metal. So yeah, we now have our sink back, which is a blessing. Meanwhile, at the same point on Friday, while this was all happening last week, I have a lump in my throat, and so I'm a little worried as to what's going on. So I went Friday to get it looked at by my primary care person, and she basically kept pointing it back to my weight, which I don't think it is. And so in the end, she was like, I think it might be acid reflux. So I want you to be on this medication for 6 weeks because it takes a while to get the medication incorporated. And then if it's still bothering you, I will send you to an ear, nose, and throat specialist. She also is recommended and referred me for a ultrasound just to make sure how prevalent the lump is and different things like that. But then the ultrasound people never called me to schedule. So this Friday, so that was last Friday, this past Friday, I called my doctor back and said, you know, I haven't heard from the ultrasound technician. And so they gave me a number, but it was too late for me to call. So I'll have to call on Monday. They gave me a number to call and get it scheduled. So that's going on. And there's, you know, a little bit of a thyroid cancer issue in my family. So until I can rule out that that's it, I'm a little concerned. I also talked with her about my exhaustion, and so she did some blood work, and everything is on the low scale of average. And so they're all like, no, never mind. I'm like, it's like, it's chronic fatigue, people. Like, I literally, by the end of the day, feel like every muscle in my body has been hit by a sledgehammer. It hurts to talk. It hurts to breathe. Like, tired hurt, not actual pain, but like, it's too exhausting to actually breathe. Just a second, I'm going to have a little drink of some cherry Coke. So she did the blood work. The blood work came back, and for instance, like vitamin D, iron, hemoglobin, all of that. Like, so if the average is like 20 to 30, I'm like 20. If the average is 35 to 55, I'm a 34. So like everything is on the low side of average. And part of me thinks, well, what if I'm not supposed to be average? Like, what if I'm supposed to be a 35? So anyway, it's been difficult. Like, I don't think I've had a day where I feel completely energized in 15 years. Like, I feel like I've probably just been this exhausted forever. And I'm just tired of being tired, if that makes sense. So, figuring it out as we go along, right? That's what life is. Yep. So, what else is happening in life? Oh, during my live last week, Elizabeth Inslee and I she came up with the idea. I'm just like supporting the movement of a Facebook page that you can go and show your undone diamond paintings that you might want to sell, trade, or give away. Or you could go to it in search of a diamond painting that maybe you missed out on. So you can, in search of, which is ISO. I'm learning the lingo, people. ISO stands for in search of. So you can go to that. And right now, the title of the page, I want to make sure I give you the right. I'm looking up on Facebook right now. I want to say it's /your DP stash, and we may be changing it. But yeah, so go check it out. You do have to answer a couple questions. You will be declined, even if I know you, if you don't answer those questions. So please, please, please answer the questions. The rules are all there, and we're looking for a fun photo for the top. I have had a couple people send me, but if you want to send me a photo for the banner, that would be great. I'm hoping you know, by tomorrow to get the banner changed. Right now it's just on a default banner. So we need to get up and running on that. That's kind of my side of things. Poor Elizabeth. She's been great on getting it up and running, and I've been the slacker. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. And this is my own stash number 3. So I'm really excited, and it's still January. So how amazing would it be if I got this done as well in the month of January? So, you know, that would be awesome. There's also a DP retreat that Marissa from the Crafty Heifer is working on. I haven't officially signed up for it. I need to, but I need to get permission from my husband. So hopefully tonight he and I will have a discussion now that we're both in a better mood and go that way. But yeah, yesterday was my husband's birthday, so I took him out and we invited a couple of his friends and we just had a good time. And I was like, oh, I'm so old, because it got to 9 o'clock and it was like 6:30 was when the party started. And I'm like, I gotta go. It's like, so, I mean, everybody else was feeling the same way, but after a long week, oh my gosh. And speaking of long weeks, I wanted to talk about my week at work because it was just crazy. So I found out that one of my clients, which was in the maintenance mode, so I was supposed to help her transition to another therapist instead of myself because I'm trauma specialized and she no longer needs that specialty. And I'm overbooked, so I was supposed to go through my clients and see which ones no longer needed the specialized care. And found out on Monday that she had a stroke. So Friday I went and visited her at the hospital and got, you know, from our team, got her this basket of, you know, her right side she can use, and then she's being moved to a rehab facility that's amazing in our area. And so I had gotten her some colored pencils, color books, some paints, a little stuffed animal. Our team gave her a quilt to kind of bring color to her room. I got her some decorations, like those paper poof balls that you can put up. And so I went and visited her. I did have to say goodbye to 2 other clients this week, and that was just emotionally really hard. One of them only wants to see me, so the game plan is we closed her, but if anything substantial comes up, she'll give me a call and we can try to do like a one-time, you know, check-in in the future. The other one said that, which is rightfully so, said she still wanted the monthly support. So I'm working on referring her to somebody. And the problem is there's like no therapist in my area that are comfortable with working with face-to-face interpreters. And it's just like I'm the only one in our area. And it's just been really difficult. And I haven't had time to reach out and try to train other people. And it's not that they need training. The training's more just to help them feel comfortable with the fact they already know how to do it. You know, because my peers are perfectly capable. Many therapists are perfectly capable. Sorry, all you guys see is my hand. Let me see if I can. What if I did that? Is that a little better? I just get to talking and don't realize what I'm doing. So that was kind of emotionally stressful. I have another client who is really struggling with substance use. and I haven't been able to do an assessment to make it substance abuse diagnosis, because she comes in sober one day and comes in not sober the next day, and she makes a ruckus in our lobby. This time what happened is she went with a friend to another friend's house, and the first friend who she rode with left her, and she was at the friend's house. She knew the friend, but when she was ready to leave, she didn't know what area of town she was in. She didn't know how to get to me for her 4 o'clock appointment. So what did she do? She called the police. And the police came. They were very kind to her, and they brought her to my location. But she did not look like my client because she was not sober, and she was ranting and raving and had like herself kind of covered up with a hat and scarf and sweatshirt. And then I realized, oh my gosh, it is my client. And so I was able to work with her. But oh my goodness, so she called herself a police taxi. So I just affirmed that, hey, she used the resources she knew at the time, and when she felt unsafe, she had no fear in calling, the officers, and that was great. And then we talked about what other things she could do in the future, and then a lot of other stuff came out. I won't go into it because that's her life, but it was just, I don't know, one of those weeks where and then we found out that somebody who worked with us for about a 6-month period, who the whole office dearly cares for, her husband died instantly in an auto accident Friday morning. And so that just really shook us. And my heart, she has 3 kids. One is not even a year old yet. And we just got to really know her and love her. And her mom works in our office. And I don't know, I'm still processing, when you have that sudden, and I've never even met the gentleman, and it's not necessarily a loss for me, but my heart was just like, I want to go and hug those babies. I want to go and cry with her. And I feel helpless, and I hate feeling helpless. I hate not being able to be there. And I mean, I wouldn't have anything to say, but I could just be there, guys. I could just cry with her, and so yeah, this week. And then my dad went to urgent care. He's in Ohio. I'm in Michigan because he had the flu. So I was like freaking out because of his heart condition. And my mom became really sick, and just like, enough, people. So, I mean, it wasn't anything crisis like I've had before, but it was just one thing after another. So it just kind of really wore me down. So yeah. And then not being able to talk to you guys. I mean, I've been diamond painting. I've, posted things on Instagram. If you haven't gone over there, it's DP_addiction, DP_addiction_adventures. So I just wanted to let you know that's there. I'd love for you to hang out. That's where I list like what days, how far I am with certain things. Like my last drill put in is over there. When I'm done, I do a little 5-second, this is the last drill. You guys are seeing me put in. Just keeping up with the Joneses kind of stuff over there. So yeah. And hopefully we're back to our regularly scheduled program. So this coming Friday, I'll be live, and it will be the kickoff of our 3-week Valentine's drill with me, or I don't know, DP along with me and Mindy's Diamond Moments. So excited. We're doing our owls from Wizardy Arts. Hopefully you can join us. It's not too late to go over to Wizardy Arts. Down below I have a link for $20 off your first purchase, or there's a 20% off your total purchase if you use DP Love. And that 20% is only good through February 15th, which is when our project is completed. Super excited, and we will have more details on that as it moves forward. But you'll want to watch the live, and then in the live I'll ask a question, and once the live is over you'll come back and leave a comment to answer that question. And then what we'll do is everybody who comments on my channel, I'll do a drawing, and they will win a Valentine from me. And everybody who comments on Mindy's channel will do a drawing, and you will win a diamond, not a diamond, a Valentine from her. It is diamond painted related. It's super cute, super fun. You're going to love it. It'll be worth being with us. I guarantee it. So, well guys, the Sparkle-a-thon is going on right now. I don't want to miss too much. So I'm going to sign off. And I love you all. I do have a couple wonderful things coming up on the channel. So if you aren't a subscriber and want to be, please subscribe down below so that you can receive updates of the fun stuff that's coming up on spring collabs, Valentine collabs, little fun. I'm going to start something really fun that hopefully we'll do once a week if time is pending or lets me. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what the rest of 2020 has in store for all of us. So, and I'm going to go ahead and finish my, keep working on my Gerber daisy. And I'm going to be posting on Facebook how far, or not Facebook, on Instagram, how far I get in the Sparkle-a-thon on this beautiful sparkle Gerber daisy. So until next time, be blessed. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.